All right, y'all. Heading off on the Frog Lake overnight and here in Henry Coe Park, just outside of Morgan Hill, Gilroy. We'll do some videos along the way, maybe take some pictures, stuff like that. 3.1 miles in. I'm taking the long and flat route because I do have the heavy pack on today. Much more necessary for much more than what's necessary for just an overnight, but that's part of the heavy pack kind of hunting training. So we'll get into the pack later on, dig it out, have a look, see what I got going on. But for now, let's start off a nice warm day hike. It's about 80 degrees now, so off we go. Henry Coe Park has kind of a really cool history. You know, it was inherited by its namesake's daughter, and she donated this land to the state of California as she saw surrounding areas start to develop and grow. And her love for the outdoors, she wanted to see this land preserved and taken care of as a steward of the land. And those that are caretakers of this land now really do well with it. They keep it clean, and they are good stewards of the land. And if you come on out, you know, make sure to pack out what you pack in. In the 1800s, this was all cattle land, and they were homesteaded in really small lots. And those small owners began to sell to the larger cattle ranchers, Henry Coe being one of them, and he procured a lot of this acreage. Prior to that, it was Mexican sheep herders out here and hideouts of popular outlaws like Joaquin Murrieta and of that nature. And even before that, you know, Native Americans of California roamed these lands quite a bit. This is some really productive and really good land out here. As you're going to see as I move through this area, I'm really pleasantly surprised on how clean and well maintained this area is. And like I said later in the video, it's kind of sad to be pleasantly surprised by that. So many areas just get so trashed. What a beautiful area already. Just in on the trail, not even 5 minutes. Seen a couple of red-headed woodpeckers and some other bird, the oak, some pine, some other. We may even see some natural bay trees out here. So, what an awesome area. We're gonna have a great night. I had forgot to mention that, you know, as I came in, I saw a group of turkey, some young ones, some poults, which is really cool. Saw a nice covey of quail. It's really cool. Out here there's a lot of rattlesnakes, skunks, raccoons, a lot of wild pig in the area, feral. But they're skittish, so we should be fine. They can get aggressive when you come across them, but you know, I've seen a lot of them. There's some turkey poop I just crossed. Oh wow, this is a great cool area. There's just a mix of oak and pine. This is really low elevation, but let me show you. Let me turn you around. Look at this. Isn't this nice? It's nice and warm today though. So we'll just keep trekking on. I'm not doing a whole lot of recording here. I'm just hiking through, so just enjoying the scenery and looking around. So not a whole lot of comment. We got a bit of a ways to go with a heavy pack, so better to do nothing than have you just watch me huff and puff as I walk through this trail. Not much running of the mouth when you're breathing hard. So, and this is not a overly difficult trail. It's nice and flat, kind of downhill, but I'll be coming back this way too, just to get more distance. Yeah, the loop the other way I think is only about a mile. It's about a mile and it's just straight downhill, so from there, but it's an uphill hike from the trailhead. So anyway, I will catch up with you guys along the way. I'm taking some pictures, so you guys will see some good amount of that. It's kind of cool. This whole pig trap. You see quite a bit of tear up right here too. But this is locked open. There's no bait, so it's not in use right now. But this is would be a pig trap. I know my breathing through some of this sounds a little labored, but this dry grass kind of gets into my allergies and sinuses, so I don't breathe all that well through my nose around here. You'll see it more later. Just look at this country. Isn't that just beautiful? Golden hills and oak and beautiful, beautiful. I love the outdoors. I really do. I love to get out here and see these things. All right, so I just stopped and checked my Onyx maps, and about a mile to go. So we've got about 2 miles in, and about an hour. So no, that's not the worst I've ever done. So we're doing all right, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not running. I'm not pansying it either. I'm breathing hard the whole way, but I'm taking in the scenery and getting a good feel of the land, enjoying this nature. So any luck, we've been at it for about an hour, so I don't know, 30-45 minutes we'll be at the lake. So we'll see you on the next go around. This is Onyx Hunts. They are not a sponsor of mine, but I love them. This is a picture of their offline map. It works only GPS located, so you don't need to have phone service. I recommend this to not only hunters, but also for anybody in the backcountry, hikers, or even if you feel like you know where you're going. That has some really great tools. Really going to be a lifesaver if it's necessary. Again, just this beautiful, beautiful scenery out here. Here we're getting closer. That's about what the trail looks like. It's a pretty nice trail, so really flat and easy. It is warm out here today, boys. I find myself on the little bite nozzle quite a bit today. About 2 miles in, so just keep on that water if you come out here. Remember, it's warm, it's dry. There's water at Frog Lake, and still there's water up on the spring too, but other than that, I'm carrying 4 liters, 3 liters in my pouch, and then I have a liter with some electrolytes in it. So when we get there, we'll get a good hydration going. So yeah, pretty warm. Not, like I said, not strenuous, moderate distance for a heavy pack. Nice, beautiful trail, like just great, awesome scenery to take in as you move through here. So not a whole lot of wildlife out here on this trail. I think probably more well used out here. Seeing some scat and some old stuff. So, but I haven't really seen any bird or quail or dove. There's a woodpecker just flew up there. So, nobody's calling. It's warm out, so everything's likely bedding down for the day. So, and I'm out here doing the opposite. So we just came from Coe headquarters, about 2.9 miles. So we're now at Hobbs Road. You see is 1.5 miles. It was a short way here. We elected for the long way. Monument's out that way about a mile. So we got just right there, up that way. Sign says we've got signs everywhere. The signs. 0.2 miles, a quarter mile. That is nothing. This little creek here is dry. They did say there's a spring about a half mile past Frog Lake, so we're gonna get up to the lake, and then we'll get a really good hydration. A little bit of an uphill for a quarter mile. It's nothing. So here we go. All right, I made it to Frog Lake. What a cool spot, huh? Pig wallow. I can smell the pigs in that. Oh, definitely would treat this water and get from right there for sure. I'll try, it's a little cleaner. A little bit after them lilies. There may be some fish out there too. I didn't really get you guys out and film the walking up on the lake here. It's getting really hot, so I was like really, really ready to get in the shade and get some of this Nalgene bottle going and with these electrolytes, and let the wind, let this good breeze that's right here in the shade really cool off. Start working on this sweat that's on my back. Some buzzards up there flying around. This is a cool spot. I think the official camp is around the other side. I don't really see an awesome place right here to set up the camp anyway, so I'm just gonna take a few moments. There's another trail right there and a trail on the left that's supposed to go to the camp. It's a 1/10 of a mile, but this is a good place to just sit and take in nature and enjoy this view and hydrate up for a minute. And then I think the first thing, I don't know what happened. I didn't really empty my pack when I filled my water bladder this morning on the way up. So I think because there was a bunch of stuff in there weighing on that pack, it didn't really fill up. So I was just about here and I was going to throw some water on my hat, throw it on my head, and just bone dry. Good thing I was here already and I have this other 32 ounce to hydrate, or I would be filtering up some lake water right away, digging out, jumping down into this mud. Pig shit. So I'm gonna hydrate up. I'll see you soon. Can you guys see him? Look at that. That's why they call it Frog Lake. Look at that guy just staring at me. Wonder what I'm doing over here. What are you doing, guy? I imagine they're gonna be making some good noise tonight. I don't know if I had a hankering, would catch them, eat them up. It's a good frog leg. Yeah, he's just chilling. I've seen a couple others jump around in this lake. So I'm still sitting here in the same spot. I guzzled down about 16 ounces of that electrolyte water. I'm just gonna sit here for a bit, make that final little move up to the camp and start thinking about filtering up some water. I'm gonna need to get really hydrated, get some additional electrolytes in me. It wasn't strenuous. I keep saying, it was just a good paced, good hike. 3 miles, 3.1 miles so far, a little 1/10 of a mile to go to the camp. But it is warm. I don't even know how hot it is out here right now, but it is warm. That frog looks mighty comfortable just submerged in that water. But that water right there is full of pig shit. So I'm not going to do the same right there. Hi, Mr. Frog. As I sit here and listen, I'm just kind of starting to take in the nature, and I've recovered some. So, I'm seeing a couple of woodpeckers flying around. It's nice. Hearing some quail, doing some locator calls off in the not too far distance there. My little turtle moved, my little frog moved. Oh, he's still there. I see him. He just moved a little bit. Tired of watching me sit here, be a miserable fat guy in the heat. Oh, nice little fish jump right there. Yeah, I think they're right up against this aquatic plant here. I don't know what it's called. Nipping at dragonflies as they kind of touch down and lift off again. There's something doing locator calls right here. I don't see them yet. I'll keep looking. But this is kind of what I like once I get into a spot and get to sit down. Now I just get to see everything's calmed down around me, so everything's starting to move again. There's a woodpecker flying up. See if I can't get some good footage of some good wildlife messing around. All right, we're up and moving again. We're going to make this last 10th mile to the campsite, official campsite. So, and I was wrong about the bite valve there. It was just line got kinked. So good news there. Don't have to worry about water for a little bit. So I should still have a couple liters to go. All right, see you at the campsite. Oh man, guys, we're going to be quiet trying to come through here. But I saw him coming down to the water. Cool bobcat. If I can sneak in here. Just take his quail right here. Where'd that cat go? There went. Where'd that cat go? I saw him. I saw there's some quail over there on that mud. I swear to you guys, I saw a bobcat. He must have heard me, or he got spotted by those quail over there he was trying to get onto. And I got busted right here by some quail. So the quail on that other side of that hill moving. There's some noise going on over there. They're spooked up. That bobcat's up in there, right in there somewhere. He's got these things moving about. Trying to stay away from him. I mean, they're not just sitting there. They're moving. Wouldn't it be cool if we could... Oh, I see a snake getting into the water. Wow. Two. Sitting on top of those lilies. Probably hunting those. Getting after them frogs. That's a cool place. I wonder if this little lake trail will take me around to the camp. I wish I'd see that bobcat again. That'd be really cool. We got everything over there on that other side of that lake spooked up quite a bit. But, you know, we're in the biggest water hole for a while here. There should be some wildlife. So the quail in that mud over on that other corner don't seem to be moving around too much. I know there's quail right here in this rush here beside me too, and down in there. He wants to get out and join his buddies, but I'm standing here, so I'll move on. Hopefully I'll see that cat again. Oh, there's that snake. Let me see if I can get you guys on. See that snake? Cruising across. Head up. Let's go see if I can see what kind that is. There he is. Let's go look at him. Be careful now. I don't know yet whether or not that's a rattler. Could very well be. Look at him. Looks like a rattlesnake to me. A little closer. He's up there in that lily, and he's not going to want to come near me. It's definitely a rattlesnake. You know, that I get closer. That guy right there, most definitely a rattlesnake, and he sees me now. So let's say the likelihood is that, yeah, he's after frogs and what have you. So I was looking around here. Eyes off the snake. I zoom out. Isn't he cool? I mean, he zipped right across that water. They're out here. So, you know, we gotta be mindful. Always be mindful of our situations and where we're at. So, let's just take a couple good pictures. Let this guy get on his way. There he is. Approaching slowly. I just kind of stood still for a while and wanted him to come on. See what's going on. You see that rattler? That's an old rattlesnake. That's a couple feet long. Look at that rattler. Yeah, he's probably gonna try to avoid me some. I don't like him being here. What can I do? Shoot him? Can't do nothing to him. Just hopefully you don't find him in my boot in the morning. Yeah. That is a nice viper. So obviously I advocate for great caution when being anywhere near a poisonous reptile or snake or anything like that. Give them a good wide berth. Just be aware of your surroundings and make sure that you do not put yourself in danger. Just give them wide berth. Let them be. They're not a bad snake. They're good snakes. All right, I didn't do the approach with you guys again, but made it up to Frog Lake Camp, and just this little steep hill here, and I didn't come across that snake again. I let them be. Sometimes rattlesnakes, if I think they're going to be a nuisance, a problem for me, I'll take them down. But you know, this one, you know, he wasn't worried about me. He wasn't being aggressive toward me. I was in 3 feet of him. He didn't rattle. He didn't do anything. He just kind of looked at me a couple times. You know, it looked like maybe once or twice he was going to kind of coil up for a strike, but he never did. And I was kind of reaching out to him with my trekking poles and smacking some leaves and grass right there by him. And, you know, he just kind of sucked his tongue and was like, okay, whatever. Like, you know better than to mess with me. I'm moving on. So me and him just came to an understanding. So let me flip you. I don't know if I can flip you. Let me just. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I almost forgot you guys there for a minute, but I had to put you down for a minute. I was gonna do gears and pulled it out. Man, I was a little wasted by the time I got back up here. You know, it was a good long hike in the heat. So right now I'm just gonna, you know, I took a few minutes to set up my camp, and I'm just gonna mosey on back down to the lake and collect some water from the lake. I was down to about a liter, so I drank some. I still have some more, and there's some electrolytes into me, but it's time for a meal. Hungry. We've been packing, so I'm just gonna go down. I'll show you when I get down and what I'm gonna do to kind of pre-filter my water. You know, one of the things I'm always really on about is sources of water and water filtration and water purification, backups to backups kind of thing. You can never really have too much. They're lightweight. I guess you could have too much if you're carrying 100 pounds of it, but hell, if I can do quite a bit of water, I won't ever worry. So, am I supposed to be going down? No, I better not go down Hobbs Road. This is gonna take me the long way around. All right, backtrack. All right, we are going to get some water filtration. That is my water kit. Pretty robust water kit. Get it open here. So I've got several of the Sawyer Squeeze bottles. That's because I have Sawyer Squeeze and the Sawyer Mini straws. I also have an MSR inline. I also have enough water purification for 100 gallons in there. So 100,000 gallons. Better safe than sorry. The backflow kits for the Sawyers and the backflow and the squeeze containers. So, I'm gonna go straight from my 10 liter into my 3 liter and my Nalgene. I'm gonna empty that Nalgene right now with some big old gulps. Let me get back to you in a second. Yeah, I just want to say again, I guess I'm going on, just how impressed I am with Henry Coe Park. Man, people that come out here just must really take care of it. This is really, really cool. It's not trashed. It is not trashed. And it's sad to be surprised by that. Sad to be pleasantly surprised by that. We need to do that more. This is it's warm out here, but there's some good shade here at my camp. And, I'm finishing processing water. I'm getting some of this Alpine Air Forever Young mac and cheese. Ooh, 800 calories. That is going to be lunch and dinner. The purpose of this trip was kind of to test out some new gear, primarily that guy, which has an integrated bug tent. I'll get over that stuff in a bit. It was a good hike, and I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna sit here and just kind of let that good breeze wear me out. So I'm filtered my water. I've got some cook. I've got little books to look at and whatnot, and just enjoy a few minutes of just relaxing. I'll go I'll go over some more gear. My Rudy Project glasses, transition lenses, safety glasses, transition lenses. I was told that these are indestructible, and I've had them for a couple of years now. I work in carpentry, and they've worked really well. And one of the great features for that as a carpenter was the transition lens from inside to outside. When I had darkened glasses and working outside, and when I went inside, it was too dark, so I would take them off and leave my eyes exposed and unprotected. And when I was inside, so if I was inside and remembered, I would grab a pair of clear. And when I went outside with the clear, then the glares and everything just not conducive to wear. So these guys transition to light, and it makes them great for hunting, and it makes them great for hiking and stuff like that, because they just transition to the perfect amount of sunshade and not dark. And if you're staring straight into the sun, they darken. And if you're in a shadowed place, they're really great. I can't say enough good things about them. So that is kind of my first gear review for today, the Rudy Project. I'll have to look up exactly what model they are. They were given to me as a gift, and what a gift. Thank you. So we'll catch you later. All right, we're doing pretty good. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We've eaten, kind of messed around, cleaned up, had more water, and just keeping it going. Quick camp tour. Not much here. We've got the bug net off of the hammock. Climbed in to just test that guy out real quick. It hangs pretty low to the ground once you're in it, but who cares? Pile of stuff. Thought I might go out and hit the lake fishing later. Who knows? We still got quite a bit of time for sunset. Sun is still high in that sky there. So I'm just relaxing. I'm trying to enjoy the outdoors. Have a nice stogie while I sit, take it in. Made myself a little rock ashtray to kind of keep the ash in. There's no danger really of a cigar. Some pretty cool stones in there. My grandfather would have told you, been able to tell you exactly what it was. I long forgot what that is. And he's gone. So, my grandfather was never in outdoors. I mean, really, he grew up in a tin roof shack in Missouri, and once he came to California and did his tour in the war and all of that, he didn't really have a whole lot of love for the outdoors. He took the kids camping. He took my brother and I fishing out, because my brother and I really enjoyed fishing. And he went just for us. He never did claim to enjoy it. Quite the opposite, actually. But he did it just for us. But my brother and I, we discovered a love for the outdoors. I don't know where from. Probably because it was easier to hide. You get on the bike and go somewhere you can't be found. So come back when the sun goes down. A couple of free range kids, you might put it that way. I'm blessed with the ability to take a midweek day and see, I'm just gonna throw the pack on and take a nice long hike and do an overnight, just myself. So I am extremely fortunate that way. I've worked hard to get to that place, but it took me away. That work took me a lot away from the outdoors for quite a bit. So as I said, this is kind of, I'm getting back out and putting that pack on my back, and I'm hiking it every day, and this is kind of my first solo overnight in quite a while. So it feels good. That's again when the moon is out and it's dark, and the pigs and mountain lions and whatever else is running around and slithering around. The tarantulas are running about. Ask me then. And in this lower elevation oak stuff, you get a lot of that, a lot of hogs around. I showed you the evidence of wallows down on the lake, and they'll most likely be down there in the morning early. Who knows? We may try to sneak up on them. I got a big fuck off knife, so I don't have weapons are not allowed out in this park. But fend for yourself, I guess. It is really well maintained, and the pigs are really skittish, so I don't foresee a problem. And I don't see any sign of them up here in the campground. If they come through, they're just gonna meander through just to make it down to that water. Really, there's not a whole lot of acorn on the ground right here, so I'm pretty good at scaring them off anyway. So yeah, ask me again when they're out here rooting, how I feel about solo tripping. It's not like the mountains. You've got the same danger here that you have in the mountains with the cougars or mountain lions. but you got the same, added pressure of pigs and rattlesnakes. And now you have rattlesnakes up there too, and tarantulas, but I guess just the addition of those wild pigs kind of get into you. So raccoons and all that fun stuff be out here messing around tonight, and I'll be hollering at them anyway. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna enjoy my smoke and just take in this beautiful scenery, take in this beautiful weather. Starting to feel like it cooled off. That wind is really nice. That's one of the great things about this area, is that afternoon wind. And plus I'm not moving around, so it's not really that warm. I'm just, upper 80s when you're hiking with a heavy pack feels pretty tough to do. So, and for now I'm just gonna enjoy. So watch these woodpeckers fly around. Red-headed woodpecker. Who knows what the scientific name is? It's a red-headed woodpecker. It's a woodpecker with a red head. Not a quail. I still hear them quail. That wasn't quail. Closer by, but I can still hear them quail down by the river, by the lake. I've seen a couple squirrels around too. I thought I saw that bobcat. I swear I saw something there by the lake, slinking down to that water. He must have busted me. And then there was that snake, and then there were all them quail. But those quail that were right there where I thought, it must have just been those quails, because they'd have busted. If it was a bobcat, they'd have busted. That snake come out of there. He didn't give a shit about nobody. He don't really give a fuck. Couldn't believe I hadn't brought you along here when I discovered, and I've seen a lot of this on the way in, really awesome plant to California tree. This is an edible tree, and you will about to find this is not the same as the European. The European is much more subtle. It's actually sold in this spice. This here is a California bay tree. These are bay leaves. Yeah, right here. Look a lot like little eucalyptus trees. This is California bay. California bay. And let's see if I can get in on that. They do fruit and nut. So later in the year, those nuts will darken and fall off, and you can collect those. And here's am I getting it? There's a dark one in there. There it is. There's a darker one. You can roast them down. They can be bitter, but they can be eaten. The leaves have a great smell to them, so you can take them and line them in your schmog and make a nice, really nice smell in your tent. Line them up in there. This is a kind of a big, this is a big one. This is a nice old tree right here. But some people do have some negative reaction, mainly headache, to the California bay. There's another one right there, that bent over one. That's a bay. And next to it is another bay. And then these, chaparral oaks. That is a big son of a gun right there. And look right there, there's some woodpecker holes going to town. That is a nice tree. Old dead tree. Old guy. But yeah, so the idea is just pull a couple leaves, crush them up, hold them, take in the smell, and try that way. If you don't have any headaches, then try a little, dilute a little bit for some tea. And if there's no negative reaction, throw some in your water, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. And you can cook with these. That's a good spice. So that's California bay. Awesome. One other thing that I'm doing today, and this is a big thing for me when I get to camp. If I need water, I process water. I process as much water as I can carry and drink. I drink, as much as I need. Process out what I need to get out for the next day. So I continue to process this water, this lake water that I got. Woof. It's clogging up my Sawyer about every liter. I gotta back flush that. I'm so grateful I didn't just have like a life straw or something, because these Sawyers, being able to back flush these Sawyers is great, because it gets down to just a dribble after just 1 liter. So I have to, gotta get a liter, get it back flush, get another, back flush it, get another, using the clean filtered water to back flush it. Of course, you don't want to put dirty water back through the clean hole. And then I am double processing this water. It was really probably not necessary. I am filtering that water, and then I am also putting in the iodine tabs to really make sure that this water is clean. I don't want to have the back end problems on the way out of here tomorrow. So that's the story of just hanging around camp, making sure I collected 10 liters. I gathered 10 liters. I'm going to process 10 liters. I'm going to put 3 liters in my bladder for tomorrow morning on the way out, and then I'm going to drink as much as I want, and hopefully I'll have a couple cups to make my breakfast in the morning. That's probably a good idea. Here's another buckwheat. Here's some more buckwheat. So let me I don't know if I can get you, because no, that's not buckwheat, I'm sorry, that's just some of that wildflower that grows around here, but I want to make sure I have enough to get out of here tomorrow too, and cook a little breakfast. So there's a squirrel, I sees him. I was just sitting here and just taking in this beauty, this awesome little lake. Doesn't seem to be many fish in there, or they are really well fed, because I am throwing a couple different things. A couple things I know work in the area, and nothing really. Kind of keep watching that area over there for pigs to pop out. It's nice and shaded. Water's right there, nice mud hole. But I was just sitting here and I was like, man, I haven't really popped out and made any content of that reflection coming off that lake. I guess I'm a goof when it comes to this. I find beauty in it. I don't know. Fault me if you want. Fault me for it if you dare. But I think there's something wrong with somebody who can't find the beauty in this. It's not easy work to get here. Easy enough if you go light. But man, is it worth it there? Just woodpeckers everywhere. A lot of quail. Saw a cool bird that was like gray on top and blue on bottom. I don't know what that was. I'll have to look that up. I did get a photo of it, but not video. I took a few photos while I was sitting here, and I was just like, man, I haven't really taken any video for a minute. Sun's going down. I think it's about 6:30. I'm getting hungry again. Sun will be down probably two and a half hours. Be dark, but that'll be a good time to be around camp. I'm just gonna sit here for a while, and I'm smoking a stogie, so I'm just gonna finish this guy up. I'm safe with it, of course. See if any pigs pop out over there. Hopefully they don't pop out of this trail right here to come wallow in this mud where I saw some tracks before. Over there was where I found that snake, where that snake came up. So, but it's a little cool, a little dark and cool for snakes to be out moving around. We're finding a hole for the night. But pigs should be coming out hopefully over there. Man, if this would be great hunting spot. But here in this land, it's not permitted. But we'll see if they pop out. They should be pretty skittish. If I keep talking, they'll probably stay away a little bit longer. It turns out that this bird is a Clark's nutcracker, and it appears it's not a native to the area. They list this as accidental sighting, which just means they're, I don't know exactly what that means, that it's just in the area, but it was kind of a cool bird, so I guess I'm privileged to have seen this bird in the area. So darkness comes on pretty quick out here, huh? You know, it is darker than it looks in the screen. And I was just out here, and I'm like, oh, it is gonna be dark tonight. There ain't no moon. I don't see no moon out here. I don't see no moon in the sky. Ooh, dark. We're gonna see some stars tonight. Nice. This Skyview app is a really fun app for anytime you're out in the night skies with friends or even just by yourself and being able to explore. Again, not a sponsor, but check it out because just anywhere you are, it's a fun little pointed up at the stars and really you can see all the space junk and all the good stuff that's floating around these days. All right, so I'm gonna just when I get up in the morning, I'm gonna pack up and go. I still have, 18 ounces of water there. Got another 32 in there processing right now. I got 1.5 liters, I think maybe 2 liters in my goodness. In my pouch anyway. It's in my bladder, my water bladder. So I got about 2 liters in there. I drank, and I don't want to turn the camera to me because I got the headline on and it's dark. I drank 8 liters of water today. 8 liters. That's how much work. It was warm, and it was 3 miles, and it was warm with 55, 60 pounds on my back. Relatively flat, good pace. Took me about 2 hours to get 3 miles. That's not huffing. That's moving, though. That's a steady move. About 8 liters of water. Woo-wee, I put through it. There was some wind, too. It's just dry out here. So, I would take the short way back. It is about a half mile uphill to begin with, but I'm going to get up early when I wake up, likely 6-ish, 6:30-ish, and I'm just going to roll gear, stuff gear, and every nook and cranny that I can get and get out of here, hit that uphill while it's nice and cool, get plenty of fluid in me, get that liter with some electrolytes in me first thing straight off. So I've got this 18 ounces for the night. If I wake up thirsty, which I will, and I'll probably knock that down to about 12 before I even crawl into the sack here shortly. So I may reconvene with you guys a bit when I crawl into my hammock tonight. I'm leaving the mosquito net. There's no chance of rain out here, so and it's supposed to get to like 55 tonight, so comfortable. And I've got wool blanket, I've got layers, I've got everything I could need if need be. So all in all, good day. It's gonna be a nice night. Stars are out. The moon won't come out until 2 something. It's a very short moon tonight. It's very dark tonight, so that's good. I'll be able to see plenty of stars. So I like that. Okay, I am in. I'm snug as a bug in a rug and ready to just lay here for a while. Catch some Z's. Good night. Good morning. So it's a little after 5 a.m. We're starting to see the first glows of sunrise. My pack is loaded. We're ready. We'll hit it probably a little more than an hour from now. Just sitting here thinking, I'm up and dressed and ready to rock when it's time. I'm up early anyway, so I was just considering with the pack that we made yesterday with that heavy. That's about what I'm looking for a day. If we're going we're getting out of here, we're going uphill for a mile. We're gaining 600 feet in elevation in 1 mile. So that's okay. That we'll be straining, but it'll be early and cool. But that's about what I'm looking for too. So if it's a strenuous uphill hike, we're looking for about 1.5 miles. If it's flat and we can make some good time, roughly three miles. Especially in this heat. If it was much cooler, we'd go further. But this is hot. We were warm yesterday. We had some problems. So for this weight, if it were lighter, we'd go further. But for this weight, for now, I'm certainly not the fittest person out here, so we'll get a little bit more, and we'll get a little more speed, and we'll get a little more distance. But that's basically what we're looking for. Otherwise, last night was I didn't get with you, but I picked the only water hole to camp at in 10 miles in a warm and dry area that has mountain lions and pigs. So I know for sure that there was a mountain lion down on that lake last night. I heard him hissing and fitting about, and I heard him hissing and fitting and all kind of crashing through the brush and stuff, and I figured probably some ornery pig was getting in his way for some water. They should be first signs of sunrise coming up. They're probably going to be coming back toward that water hole again before they bed down for the day. But it was like every 15 minutes it seemed like just get to sleep, and they'd be crashing in the bushes, and these pigs are moving around on this water, and I'm hollering and fitting at them and everything else. But sorry about the light there. I just blocking it with my hand. I'm sorely sight right now. So that's kind of why I'm up already. I looked at the clock. I'm like, oh, it's 4:30 anyway. We'll be out of here about 6:15. So might as well get up and get this pack loaded up and get some good water down and do some pre-hydration, and get ready to hit this trail. So any luck next time I see you, the sun will be up. Not a whole lot to say. We're just trudging uphill, so spare you the watching me huff and puff a lot of the time. You can tell I'm already huffing and puffing. I've been going for 20 minutes or so straight up this hill. It's not exactly flat. It's pretty good. We're going up 600 feet in elevation and roughly 3/4 of a mile, so it's a pretty good climb, and it's all pretty much just like this. Come around the next bend, think maybe it flattens out a little bit, and it's just uphill a little bit. So I just been going bend by bend. I make the bend, take a little breather, look up at the next bend, look around for a little bit of tracks. I've seen some bobcat, some raccoon. That's about it. And then I move up to the next bend, which is just what I showed you there. So onward ho. You thought I was done. I was done kidding about that huffing and puffing. This hill's a slog. This heavy pack on me. We're about 2/3 of the way through now, and it's just make 100 yards, make 100 yards. They go up and flat, and then go up and hit a little shelf and make a curve or a bend, and make 100 yards, make 100 yards, stop, get a gulp of water, make another 100 yards. It's a slog. We're probably got about 300-400 yards to go. It's not as steep as it was so far. I think there's another real steep section coming up. So, ain't you glad we came the easy way out, the short way, huh? All right, we made it. Top of the hill. So I just go down right here, turn right, and it's about a half mile out. Well, it was a slog, but I'm faring pretty well. Actually, I was super glad we got this in the cool morning hours. There's a nice bench right there for sitting and looking out over the hill. I'll just pop over there. I'm hungry though. I want to get the fuck out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm like taking the pack off. I'm just gonna throw down this electrolyte drink and start the downhill section. Woo! Half mile downhill. Love it. Thanks. Bye. Hey, it's very important. I just want to have this message that treat these downhill sections with great care, especially when you have a lot of weight on your back. I just gave myself a little slip and fall. Luckily, I just kind of went up on that hillside, but one momentary lapse. I take them very slowly, small steps and sure footing. Make sure I use my trekking poles, put my weight on my poles. One momentary lapse, and these rocks start to slide out. Rocks start to slide out from your feet. Pack shifts. Luckily, it goes the right way. It goes uphill, not down. And you're on your butt, and you're trying to get up off your butt with a big old pack on you. So it's really important. Downhills are where the injuries happen. Downhills are where ankles get twisted, knees get banged up and twisted up and mangled up. So treat these downhills with great caution, with care. I sometimes even go a little bit slower than I do uphill. Uphill, you can just kind of head down and just bear it up. Downhill, just take your time, go slow, be easy.